Whoa. It's easy.
Next one, Grace. Okay, so 5 minus 3 equals 2. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, November 9th. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. I am a first grade teacher in Central Florida, and we are getting ready to be out for 2 days for weather, you guys. Sorry, I thought somebody was knocking on my door. So right now my students are in specials. I'm getting ready to plan for math groups today. I usually don't have math groups on Wednesday, but we have quite the storm coming. So we're out Thursday and Friday because of that. And we actually have early day today, which we weren't supposed to have, to like give our families time to prepare. I thought I would just kind of take you along with me. I'm going to do just a quick plan on a blank sheet of paper, but I'll show you my plans, and then I will try to film my kiddos working in math groups. My plan was to do reading groups this week. I actually started filming. I have quite a lot of stuff filmed, but I just can't finish it now because we're not in school. So I'm going to work on that over the weekend, and hopefully on Sunday you'll have maybe a snippet of a Plan With Me video for next week, or I may just wait and film some next week. We'll see. So I thought we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to show you the plans that I used this year, kind of break it down for you guys, and then I will go pick up my kiddos, and I'm going to try to film. We only have about 30 minutes today before we start dismissing, so I want to try to get at least one group in, maybe one group while they're doing some reflex math or something like that. So we'll see what we can show you guys. So let's get into it. So I have some data over here that I'm going to move out of the way with my students' names on it. I will insert, if I can, a picture here of old plans from many years ago that I used to use. I also used to use these. I don't remember what packet this is in, but I will link it if I can. I think it's just a like small group math planning packet. It also has this version, so I've tried that before. I've also just had a piece of paper with lines and boxes of students' names on it and done that. This year I decided to start off with this, and I was doing groups. I was seeing every student every day except Wednesdays. And so like this would be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then this was my group that I saw every day, that for my, like, our second rotation towards the end of the day when my kiddos were working on their symphony math. So that was this group. But I was running out of time. I wasn't able to get all my groups in, so that I revamped it, and then I had just 2 groups a day. So this would have been like Mondays, Tuesdays, and then on the other side, which I can't show you, I don't think I can show you. Let's see. Yeah. So I had Monday, Tuesday, and this would have been Thursday, Friday, and then this was my babies every day that I saw them. And I would just write down here, I would just write what we were working on and then their names there. So there was that. But I didn't like it. I felt like I wasn't getting enough information, because in my little note section I was trying to write all of their names and cram them all in here. I didn't like it. So I think Maylin Call put out a video or something about her plans, and you can kind of see through the back of mine, but I'm not going to flip it just yet because I do have student names on it. I'll insert a video here, or a picture here, sorry. And then group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the student names on the paper. And so that's what I'm testing out right now, which is why I can't, but it just has boxes just like this. And then up at the top, it has 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2 on this side. Okay. So again, I will put a picture of that here for you guys. Let me flip back to the front. So let's see if I can pull it up. That is free in her thing, so I will link it. And I'm trying that out. But I have tried other things. So what I'm going to do, just so I don't have to be holding paper and flipping back and forth and writing stuff down, I'm going to flip over to my computer and do some screen recording so that you can see me and see the computer at the same time. Okay, friends, I hope that you can hear me. I'm going to try to make this super quick, and then I'll visit with you after school and just kind of talk to you about my plans some more. But I wanted you to see what I'm going to do today, and then I will visit with you later about my old plans and what everything looks like. So I'm going to share hold on. I'm going to share just my screen on this computer. Come on. And there we go. So these are this courtesy of Mailing Call. I'm trying this out. On my paper, I have all the student names in the groups. I think she said in one of her videos that she leaves it blank. So I'm going to just leave those blank because this would be, I get to group 1 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then my extra group down here is what I usually work on for Wednesdays because it's a very small group. And then I have a separate thing for my kiddos that are needing more attention. But what I do is I write down very quickly what we're doing, what skill we need to work on, and some activities over here, and then I can take student notes. And so it's super quick. So because it is Wednesday and I want to meet with some of the kiddos that need a little extra support, I'm going to do group 3 today and hopefully get them in, and my group 5. So I'm going to plug that in here. I hope I can type in that. Let's see. It's not letting me type. Why aren't you letting me type? Maybe I need to put a text box in. Okay, we'll just do that. I'm trying to make this fast. Okay, so my group 3 is my babies that are working on, they need support with graphing. So we're working on graphing right now. One thing I'm noticing in our classwork and things like that is that they are having troubles with how many more, how many fewer graphing questions. So that's what we're going to work on in small group. How many more and fewer on graphs, and how that correlates with just basic addition and subtraction. I'm going to pull a graph. I'm going to pull a graph from a packet. Let's see if I can find a packet. Let me see if I have any student names on this. And then we're going to work on creating a graph. Maybe I'll just pull a graph and it's already completed. That's what I want. I want a graph that's already completed for them, not to. And I want how many more questions. Which one I have the most and least? These are not how many more questions. Let's see. How many more mushrooms? Nope. Of course my lights go out. Okay. So I'm going to pull a graph that has that. And then we'll work on subtraction of graph. It's going to be a pretty quick group. We'll probably do a quick warm up. And then this is the group that I'm going to focus on. My group that needs a little extra support, and they are working on additions and subtraction to 10. So we're going to use 10 frames and chips and practice addition and subtraction to 10. So that's a very small group. I think there's 2 kids in there. Actually, I think one of them's getting checked out soon. So there may only be 1 kid in that group. But that's where that's at. So then I'll take notes on that. I'm going to go pick up my kiddos. I know that's kind of not really helpful. I don't even know if I'll post this, but we'll see. I'm going to go pick up my kiddos and I'll just visit with you more about what actually happened today after school. So it's the end of the day. I only got to one group of my kiddos for math today. By the time we got in and got started on our math, both my babies that were supposed to come back to me for my second group checked out. So I will share what they did in group here. Erase. Next one. Good job. Way to go. All right, erase. This is a tricky one. Ready?
No, it's not.
Wow.
It's 12. It's easy.
Next one. Erase. Wow. Beautiful. One more.
I love this. Easy. Yeah. 5 plus 7. Oh. What is it? Oh.
Okay. Beautiful. So I have a graph here. What kind of graph is this? Is it a picture graph or a bar graph?
Bar graph.
Bar graph because it has bars, right? Yeah. And you'll notice that I have my numbers here on the side, and then I have colors on the bottom. I started to write them out, but then I thought, I'll just put 2 letters or something there for. So this one is blue, obviously. What do you think this one is?
Green.
And what do you think ours is? Red.
Red.
Okay. So tell me this: how many kids like blue the best?
3.
3. And how many kids like green the best?
1.
1. And what about red?
5.
Okay. So which one had the least? You don't have to write anything right now. Put your markers down. Which one had the least?
Blue.
What
Green.
What does least mean? What does least mean? You told me yesterday. What does least mean? Less, the smallest amount, okay? So least means the smallest amount. So which one has the smallest amount?
Green.
Green. It's the shortest, right? It's the smallest. It only has 1. Which one had the most votes?
Red.
Red had the most votes. Okay, so one thing I noticed that we're struggling with when we're doing our graphing is just remembering those how many more questions. So if I asked you how many more votes for blue than green are there, what do you think the answer is to that?
2.
Okay, why do you think 2?
Because you just have 3, and then you want me to add 2 more to make 5.
Okay, I'm talking about blue than green.
You.
Blue than green.
2.
Still 2. Okay, why?
Because if you add 2 to 3, it will be the same.
Okay, so one way that we can remember this is I can kind of, if I'm looking at a graph, I can draw like a little line across, and I can look at the extras that I have. Okay, so they both have this the same, right? But when I'm asking how many more, I'm asking about the difference between one and another. We're comparing, okay? So I have 3 in this column and I have 1 in this column. So they both have at least 1 together. Blue has 2 extras. I can count my extras, or I can put it in a subtraction problem. I can put it in a subtraction problem. Who thinks they know what the subtraction problem would be for this? What do you think it is? Write it down if you think you know it. We're going to see if you got it. Ooh, you're on the right track. You're thinking. I like it. Fix that 3. Fix that 3. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to explain your thinking. That doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong. I just want to know what you're thinking. Okay. So explain your thinking. Where up here do I have 2 and 2? Okay, so you explain your thinking for me.
Because there's 3 blues.
There's 3 blue. Okay.
Yeah, and you take one away and you have 2.
Okay, so I took my green away, and then how many extras is my how many more, right? Okay, so you were on the right track, but we just have these 2 numbers flip-flopped because green doesn't have 2, green only has 1. So you're trying to think the answer and then think the extra in there. Okay, so one way that we can do this is we can just write the number above. So we've got 3 here. Oops, marker's all messed up, isn't it? Oh well. I've got 3 here. How many do I have here? 1. Okay, so now I can take 3 minus the 1, and that'll give me my answer. Okay, how many do I have in my red? I have 5. Okay, now how many more red than blue do I have? How many more red than blue? How many more green than blue? I'm gonna start with 4, and then what am I gonna subtract?
3.
Green than blue.
Take away 2. And then
Take away 2. So I have 4 green, and I'm taking away 2. I'm comparing it like this, and I'm counting my extras. So how many more green than blue?
3. 2.
2. Okay, don't look at the other one. Y'all are getting confused. You're looking at the other one. Okay, erase that one. How many more green than red? Look at my 2. I compare them, so I cover up the ones that they have the same. How many extras do I have?
1.
1. So how many more green than red? 1. Okay, and my number sentence that would help me with that would be 4 minus 3 equals 1. Because I'm just starting with my bigger number, and I'm taking away a smaller one. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to come back to the lesson plan that I wrote out earlier and put in, show you my notes that I put in on paper at my table. Obviously, I'm not going to put those up because they have student names on them, but I'll show you this one. I'm also going to show you old lesson plans that I used to use. And sorry. And then if for some reason we get cut off, it's because I am waiting on a virtual appointment with my doctor. So they may end up calling me here in a second. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this. Okay, so this is what I did earlier. These were my 2 babies that ended up checking out, so we didn't do this group, which kind of worked out. I was able to spend more time, and then I had a whole bunch of interruptions. So I'm sure you saw it in the clip. I kept having to like put the camera down, bring it up, put the camera down, bring it up. So I'm going to plan for next week over the weekend, and in my vlog next week, I will show you what that looks like. But just for time purposes today, I'm going to just show you the notes that I made. This little baby here, one thing that we're going to work on is equation that supports the how many more concept, because when we were doing it, he would get it, but then he didn't understand what the equation was to support that. This little baby here, she had a pretty good grasp of how many more. She just needs to continue practice. And this little baby, again, does pretty well with the equations, but mixes up the numbers, like puts 3 minus 2 equals 1 instead of 3 minus 1 equals 2. So just more continued practice. We actually test on graphing next week. So something I'm going to like work on them with on Monday. I think our test is supposed to be Monday, but because of the days out, that was weird. Because of the days out, we're not going to mess with it. We'll test probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So those were my notes. Again, I like this format. I like having them over here, and I like having a box for each of my students. It's very similar to some of my others. How do I do this? So this is one that I have. You can see pretty simple, very basic. I didn't even write student names here. I would just like write a quick snippet and then whatever students needed me to like work on. This was just too basic. What is that? Is that you? That's weird. Is it the what? I mean, it's not anything that I can find, but that's weird. This is another one. This is the one that I was using at the beginning of the year. I just kind of added some, like changed some things around. Again, it just doesn't work because I don't do two groups. So this would work if I had two groups. So this would be like group 1 and this would be group 2, and it didn't work. So this is an old ones from a couple years ago, student names over here, and then what they would do in the groups that day. So whatever the activity was, warm up, that sort of thing. Just quick jot down, play this game, work on this skill, that sort of thing. I did like this one, and I could see adding a second page to it. That's really going to bug me. Nobody knows what that is? That is so strange. There's some kind of weird chirping sound going on. It's what? What? No, that's not it. This is plans from a couple years ago when I could get 2 rounds in each day. I did like this one, but you know, I just didn't need all those boxes. I didn't need you know, math groups, they run so fast. I needed to be a little bit more it's gonna bug me. Hold on, you guys. I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna have to figure this out. It's gonna bug me. Okay, so I don't know what that sound was. We never could figure it out, but I'm gonna get back to this so I can just kind of finish talking about this. So like I was saying, this one here, it was just a lot to have to write down when, you know, our time in small group is so quick. So that was that one. And then I also had this one in PDF form. It was the same kind of thing, but I had the outcome on there. So the desired outcome of the mini lesson, then the lesson itself, and what activity they were going to get from it. Again, it's just a lot to write down. It's just too much to have to kind of include in there. So, oops, can't see. Okay. So, as for next steps, what I'm thinking for this group for next week. So we have our test probably Tuesday or Wednesday on graphing. So I think Monday and Tuesday with my 2 groups that I wasn't able to get to tomorrow or Friday, I'm just going to focus on reviewing some of the graphing skills. I'll probably print off a couple graphs in color, maybe some turkey graphs or something, and have each one like do a graph. We'll talk about the graph. We may create a couple graphs. I have a couple, let's see if I can pull those up. I have a couple, I have a couple graphs, but I think I might have like clicked them down. So, or like gotten rid of them. And then my group that is working on the addition and subtraction, just up to 10, we're going to be working on some number bonds. So I'm going to print off this. It's just 2 kiddos in that group. So I'm going to print this mat off. I think I already have it, but if I can't put my hands on it, I have this one. And we're going to build some equations and then write the matching equation with it, if that makes sense. So, so that'll become down here, and I write all this stuff out. I don't type it all out. And then my other groups, 1 and 2, that I would normally see on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday, I will see group 4, and then this group here, which I usually see on Wednesdays. It's going to be all messed up with missing 2 days, but anyway, it'll be group 4 and possibly group 5, hopefully, probably group 5 on Monday, and then group 4 on Tuesday. And then my groups 1 and 2, and then 3, I'm going to try to fit in between Wednesday and Friday. So I'm not quite sure what they will be working on yet. This group right here is basically doing multiplication story problems. So we'll probably keep working on that. They have all of their graphing skills. I'm not worried about them in graphing. But we've been doing like story problems. So we'll probably do lots of story problems next week. Probably some turkey fun stuff. Oh, we won't have it on Friday. I forgot about that. And then group 2 is just working on a little bit more advanced math skills. So addition in the double digits. So we'll probably do that. And we may do some like word problems that match that. I like doing word problems in my small group. So it's typically what I like doing word problems in my small group. So it's typically, what I do. So, okay. So let me unshare screen. All right. So, I don't know how helpful that was. I can, here in a second, as soon as I get done with my doctor's appointment, I can show you what my kids do during SAC time. I can show you the rotations and kind of give you some information on that. Again, it's very, very easy, just like my morning centers. I've learned over the years that I don't have, with all of the things on our plate, I don't have the time to have to like make a whole bunch of copies or constantly change out centers or anything else. So yeah, let me do my doctor's appointment and then I will show you my stack. Okay, so I thought I would go ahead and show you our stack rotations. This stack format is from Tunsil's Teaching Tidbits. I don't remember how long ago it was when I bought this. Sorry, I don't remember how long ago it was when I bought this kit, but I will link it in the description down below. I'm going to show you the slides. I just insert these slides into my normal daily PowerPoint, and then I'll explain each one of the little areas. It's super easy. And then you have seen my stack pocket chart. So it all matches up. And the kids, it's pretty quick and easy for them. So this is one of the slides. There's 4 rotations because we rotate through stack 4 days a week. So it's just one a day. Whatever picture, wherever their picture is next to their group number, that's where they go. I like having their picture there. Number 1, it's easy for them because they know themselves. Number 2, I can move them around. So they're pretty flexible. The math tubs is just whatever game I pull out to reinforce whatever skills are going on. Usually it's a skill that they still need some practice in that we have kind of moved past, but they need that extra practice. So I have a game and I just have a tray on my shelf that they go and get the games and then they go play the games on the carpet. The next one is math journals. Same thing. There's a tray. All of their math journal are on colored paper. That's how they know the difference between just a math journal and practice that we do in class. So they get that, and those are very easy. Again, I'll link a couple packs that I have from what I use from Tunsil's Teaching Tidbits. I like the numbers notebooks. I use those a lot. Group 3 comes to my table, or then one group comes to my table, and then another group is on their devices or iPads. So this is what that has been looking like. They go to their Canvas, they click on the math button because it's math time. And then they have various games, just like in our centers, when they do it in centers, that I have linked. So a lot of like wordwall.net games, if you haven't ever gone to wordwall.net, I'll link that down below. But you can like build up to 5, and then there's a community with a bunch. So there's 3 of those. There's some boom cards. These boom cards, I don't have the paid for account this year, so I just use the Fast Play link. and use all of the Boom cards that I bought in the last couple years, or that I'll do a Kahoot, which they love. So this keeps them pretty busy for the 15-minute rotation, and keeps them quiet, and it's fairly engaging, and it's super easy for me because I just link, boom, done for that one. And then the journal, I just find a journal page that correlates with what we're working on, put that in there. The game, I just pull out a game, put that in there. It's super quick. It takes me maybe 5 minutes. There's no planning to it. It's just kind of fidget through it, boom, put it in. So, you can't get any easier than that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope that this might be a little bit helpful for your planning purposes, maybe to give you a few ideas. I will do, when I do my normal weekly vlog next week, I will film more of my small groups so you can see how those play out next week. In relation to these vlogs, I am going to try to film my reading plans on Sunday for what would be Monday. I'm going to try to film that based on what we did today in reading group. And I did film a little bit this week in reading group, so I'll insert those clips and I will see where I'm taking next in reading group. I had planned to do a lot more with my small group reading this week, and weather just got in the way. So I hope that this was helpful. Don't forget to hit that like button, that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel, and share this out so that my videos can reach more teachers. I hope you all stay safe, have a wonderful rest of your week, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.